Good morning, Savannah, and welcome to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, live on the TEEPEE Pavilion right here at Coach's Corner, because it's the World Series and the Braves are up 2-1. But I'm here every Saturday morning. I'm glad you could join me. It's just a great event to be here. I'm here every morning. If you don't know why I'm talking so low, it's because my man, Lawrence Bennett, is still sleeping. And I don't want to wake him up because they had a lot of festivities going up here. But I was superstitious. I could have went inside. I saw John Henderson, the man behind this whole gig. And, he don't want me to come up here and wake him up. So I'm not going to beat the horn, the truck horn when you blow by until the man wakes up. But it's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report every Saturday morning live here from Coach's Corner. It's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We got a lot going on. We got a great show lined up. Once again, I know I like going live, but since we're up on a TP and since it's still COVID-19 issues, my guests usually join me on the StreamYard link, but I got two pre-recorded again. Steve Weeks will be on first, picking the winners, talking Georgia football. He has a little family thing to do every Saturday. I mean, he's got kids. They play soccer. They play golf. They're all over the place. I mean, so he's running all over the place with his wife, Ruth. He does a great job, helps me out a lot with the Prep Sports Report. Check it out, prepsportsreport.com. All about high school sports, middle school sports right here in Savannah, Georgia. He'll be up first about 9:10 with picking the winners and talking Georgia football. Then at 9:30, I will have a live guest from Memorial Day School, senior football player Corey Jackson. The kid had an unbelievable game against Pinewood Christian 2 weeks ago. He'll be on about 9:30. And at about 9:45, another pre-recorded segment, because my man, Marc Cameron, I call him the running guru here in Savannah, Georgia, he'll be pacing the rock and roll marathon course to set up to see what it takes to get to the 2-hour mark to qualify for races, the marathons. We'll talk to him about 9:45, 9:50. So once again, it's the coach, Karl DeMasi, live from the Coach's Corner, TP Pavilion. And what this is all about is not just about the Braves. It's about saving one of our own, helping save one of our own foundation. Every year, John Henderson has been doing this. Last year, they raised $30,000. They're like $6,000 off their goal. Please, let's get the donations in. Come into Coach's Corner. See the person behind the adult, the adult structure there, okay? And make a donation. You want to come up here and enjoy the game tonight? Donate. You'll be up here. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, okay, I'm going to move my camera. Got to take it off my laptop so you can see what's going on here. All right, I'll spin it around. Right there. There's the goal. Help save one of our own. We're over 75%. We need you to get up there. And there's where my good friend, the producer of Rubbin' and Grubbin', the first show to start the Coach's Corner Sports Network, is still sleeping. You got to love Lawrence Bennett. The man's been up here since the Braves have been in the playoffs. His wife's a saint, but he loves what he's doing. I can't beat the horn. As you hear cars going by, I usually hit the truck horn, but he's still in there. I don't want to wake him up. I don't know if I'm too loud because I'm a New Yorker, but anyway, that's where we are. We're up here at the Coach's Corner. And yes, he is alive. He has come out of the TP. My man, Lawrence Bennett. Lawrence, come over here, Lawrence. Come over here. Quickly, because I got to get out here in 5 minutes because, I got to do something. I got something special for you. I want you to keep wearing your old Braves hat. It's superstition. But when you're done, I got you something special. This is my man, Lawrence Bennett. Here's your own bucket hat. Brand new Atlanta Braves bucket hat for my man, Lawrence Bennett. What this guy does up here, you wouldn't realize. You look good in there.
Hey, Coach.
You look good. You look good. The man, awesome. Lawrence Bennett, you look awesome. But you got to keep the Braves hat superstitious.
I will. I'll wear
every game. You got to wear both.
Thank you, Coach.
Hey, but
Lawrence, for everything you do.
Hey, thank you for what you guys are doing. Lawrence Bennett, the man behind Rubbin' and Grubbin', he's the producer with Brandon Bain. They do a great NASCAR show every Wednesday night from 6 to 7, and he's got himself a brand new bucket hat. So now John can wear the John Henderson wears his chief wardrobe. You got the bucket hat. So, but once again, glad you joined me. Let me do this quick because I wanted to be out here by about 9:07. Once again, high school football strong. 1 week to go. A lot of great games last night. Okay, but don't forget, volleyball, we had one state champion, the Havisham School. They were on last week. They were my guests. They won the GAPS Volleyball Championship, the D2 Volleyball Championship for the 4th year straight, 6 out of the last 7 years. Havisham, the only volleyball team to bring home the ship. Islands lost last Wednesday night in a heartbreaker to Marist. So everybody's out of volleyball. Everybody's out of softball. We got a lot of cross country going on. I mean, in 6A, region champs went to Richmond Hill. In 3A, Savannah Arts Academy took the championship. In 4A, BC and Islands girls took the championship. In 1A private, Savannah Country Day took both boys and girls. I mean, listen to these scores, okay? Memphis Rich from Richmond Hill, boy, he ran a 16:06, okay? Brogan Steele from Savannah Arts Academy, 16:51. Let's go. John Ryan out of Country Day, 16:33. John Donaldson out of BC, 16:48. Top girl, Margaret Wade out of Savannah Country Day, ran a 19:30, followed closely by Kendall Lyons from Savannah Christian, 19:38. So we got a lot of kids going strong. We got a lot of things going on. Cross-country championships next week at Carrollton. We got to give the cross-country run some love. High school scores from last night. Well, let's start with Thursday night. Benedictine clinches first place in that GHSA 4A Region 3. They beat Islands 58-13. Friday night scores. Effingham County comebacks and wins with 2 seconds on the clock. They got a chance to finish in first place, but they got to take on the Brunswick Pirates next week, okay? So, once again, Effingham pulls out a win 34-31 on a 27-yard field goal with 2 seconds on the clock. Richmond Hill, all over South Effingham. They're in the playoffs, okay? There it is. My man Lawrence setting up the horn. Effingham County Richmond Hill beats South Effingham 27-13. Region 3A. New Hempstead and Jenkins battling for the second spot behind Benedictine. New Hampstead jumps out to a 22-0 lead. Jenkins comes back and wins 34-28. All right, so Jenkins will be number 2. New Hampstead will be number 3. Islands is number 4. Beach goes to Liberty County, gives them a hard run for their money. Liberty County is the Region 3A champion. They beat Beach 32-26. Windsor Forest went out to Southeast Bullet. They had to win to keep their hopes up, but a lot of injuries, a lot of late in the season. They lost to Southeast Bullet 34-6. And Johnson all over Savannah High, 48-0. Bryan County went out to ECI. ECI 69, Bryan County 13. St. Andrews traveled to Bull Academy in Statesboro, lost 41-0. Memorial Day held senior night. That's why Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic after the week. Corey Jackson will be on. Memorial Day held senior night. Garden City, they lost 48-7 to Southwest Georgia. And Bethesda traveled to Dorchester, St. George, South Carolina. There you go. It's working. Lawrence is up. I can do it. All right. Dorchester beats Bethesda 32-6. All right. I'm going to come back with Georgia football, all that stuff at the end of the show, but I got to keep on track. So next up, picking the winners, talking Georgia football with no other than the man himself, the columnist, Steve Weeks, from the Coach's Corner, TEEPEE Pavilion. 3 weeks straight. Go Braves. We're up 2-1. You got to love it. If you missed it, they won last night 2-0. One hitter, 5 pitches. Great job. Just unbelievable. So I'll be back in 3 minutes. I got to thank my sponsor. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report live from Coach's Corner on the TEEPEE Pavilion. Hey, come over here. Save one of our own. Coach's Corner looking to raise $30,000 during this playoff World Series run. They're 75% there. We need your help. All right, let me get out of here. I'm talking too much.
All time, that's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At CALVARY Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. CALVARY Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102. in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone, cabiche? If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are
Wetherington
New York.
Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, live from the Coach's Corner, TEEPEE Pavilion. Beep your horn because you're going to get me doing this. You got to love it. You got to love it, okay? Hey, we're here at Coach's Corner 3 weeks straight. The Braves are in the World Series. As usual, John Henderson and his crew, Lawrence Bennett and the Bandits, as I like to call them. Sorry, let's call them Lawrence Bennett and, John Henderson and his Braves. Of course, if you come up here, Chief John Henderson has his Chief outfit on, war paint, everything. And his Braves, Lawrence Bennett, Sean Herb, Brett Herb, who's ever up here, help them get through the game every night. But they're also doing something special. They're raising money for the foundation that helps people here in Savannah, Georgia. Last year, they helped Brandy Spears, worker here, young lady, 34 years old, stricken with a stroke. They raised $30,000. Somebody matched it. They raised $60,000 last year to help save one of our own. Come down here, go to the bar, go to the adult little station there, see the bartender, see the person serving adult beverages, make a donation. Hey, come up here. Make a donation. You come up here and watch the game tonight with John Henderson, Chief John Henderson and the Braves. Okay? Please help us out. All right. Every Saturday morning, first off, picking the winners. Yes, I know it's pre-recorded again. Stephen Elmo Weeks, good friend of mine, the columnist. One kid's playing soccer. 2 kids are playing soccer or golf. Or another one is playing golf. Another one's playing soccer. They're both playing soccer. I don't know what they're doing, but Ruth and Stephen are all over the place. But we do this every week. We talk Georgia football first, breaking down the Dogs game. Big game, biggest cocktail party in Jacksonville. Today, Georgia against Florida, 3:30. Okay, and then we'll break down 5 games that he picks. He's not doing too bad this year, so stay tuned. I'm going to go to a recording. You'll watch the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, picking the winners and talking Dogs with Stephen Elmo Weeks.
The columnist, Stephen Elmo Weeks. He takes 5 time to come over here and come on and talk about his 5 picks for the Saturday morning football lineup. And, of course, we always start talking about Georgia football, big game with Florida. But when he went 2 and 3 last week. He's 16 and 24 overall, picking against the spread, which is pretty tough. He's not just picking winners, he's picking against the spread. So 16 and 24, not a bad deal. I know, knowing Stephen Elmo Weeks, the comments, he would like it to be better, like his putting game or his chipping game, or maybe someday he'll beat his son in golf. But we'll see what happens. Joining us now on the Coach's Corner hot seat, the man himself, the columnist, Stephen Elmo Weeks, picking the winners. And we're talking Georgia Bulldog football. What's up, Steve? How's it going?
Going good, man. I think the ship has sailed on me beating my son in golf. I don't think that's happening. He's fairly well beyond where I ever got, so, which is good. I'd rather him be good than me.
Well, sooner or later they got to catch up to us. Mother Nature, Father Time, they catch up to us. So, but it's fun to watch. Fun watching them grow and see where they're going to get. So,
I'll tell you a funny story. Jack actually legitimately beat me for the first time when he was 8 years old.
Wow.
He was playing from the up tees, and I was playing the regular tees, and he holed a bunker shot on the 9th hole for birdie, and I was so excited about it that I 3-putted. I had a par putt from about 8 feet, and if I'd made that putt, I would have won. But I was so excited about him holing out this bunker shot. I 3-putted from 8 feet for double bogey, and he won the match.
So, it's still a lot of fun, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And, well, 2 last week, not bad. Close games. I mean, your record now is 16-24. But
just can't get over the hump, Carl. Every week, it's one more loss than win. So, yeah, 16-24 is. I'm glad I have a day job. Let's put it that way. not something you can rely upon. But I say it every week, but I'll say it again. It has been an unusual football season. I mean, I don't know if it's the the super senior thing because of COVID or what it is, but it seems like there's just more unusual games every week. They're more unpredictable, and of course, that makes it really hard to figure out against the spread. It's also interesting to me that when I look at it, it feels like games that you think are going to be pretty straightforward, like Penn State, Illinois.
Yeah.
That nobody in the country thought Penn State and Illinois was going to be a great game. Illinois is terrible, and Penn State has been pretty good. Nobody saw that coming, right?
Overtimes.
Yeah, and they go 9 overtimes with that, and Penn State can't stop Illinois running the ball. Who thought that would happen?
Yeah.
So a lot of weird stuff, and then Kansas and Oklahoma last week. Nobody thought Kansas would compete with Oklahoma, much less have a chance to actually win. So it's just been a bizarre year for college football. It was exciting. I mean, a lot of games. I was last week flipping back and forth between Wake Forest scoring 70 with Army. Like if you told me, if you were a coach, Carl, and I came to you and said, Carl, your team is going to rush for 400 yards and you're going to score 56 points, what would you think?
You're a winner.
Nope, you lost by 14 at home. So it's been a weird year, man, but fun. Every weekend is fun, and this one's there's so many exciting games out there this week. This is going to be a great weekend for college football.
Yeah, Mitchie Field probably had some wind coming off the Hudson. You never know which way it was going to go, but
oh man, I tell you which way it went. It went into the Wake Forest end zone. That's which way it went.
I know. Jeff Monken is still trying to figure out how to stop Wake Forest's passing game.
Oh yeah, I would think he hadn't slept since last Saturday. That was you very rarely see a Jeff Monken team get beaten like that. 56 points and you lose by 14. Maybe Wake Forest is better than people are giving them credit for. I mean, they're undefeated. So,
all right, quickly. Biggest cocktail party in the world. The biggest outdoor cocktail party in the world. But what amazes me is Georgia, number 1 in the nation, is only 14-point favorites over Florida. I mean, they were 23-point favorites over Kentucky. I think Kentucky's better than Florida. It makes no sense to me. Yeah,
we kind of talked about this when that happened, right? I think I said to you, if Kentucky was wearing blue and orange instead of blue and white, Georgia wouldn't be a 22-point favorite. There's a lot of people thinking that Georgia will be this won't be challenging. I think one of the reasons it's only a 14-point spread is because it's hard to think that Florida is not as good as they should be, and I don't know if I'm not really sure what hasn't clicked for Florida. The quarterback position has been a problem. Their defense has been an even bigger problem. But strange things have tended to happen in Jacksonville in the world's largest outdoor cocktail party. And I say this every week. I would feel much, much, much more comfortable if JT Daniels was announced as the starting quarterback for Georgia. But whether it's JT Daniels or Stetson Bennett, I have to think Georgia's just going to run the ball and make Florida throw the ball. I don't think Florida's going to be able to run the ball very effectively. And if you have to throw the ball against Georgia, that's probably not going to work out because they're going to pressure Anthony Richardson and Emory Jones. The only little wrinkle to this game, to me, is the running ability of Florida's quarterbacks. Because Georgia does pressure the quarterback quite a bit. Georgia has not played a mobile quarterback. Will Levis, I guess, a little bit at Kentucky can move around, but he's not really mobile, not like these two guys. And nobody else that Georgia has played would be considered mobile at this point. So if Georgia doesn't play disciplined defense and lets those guys run, Florida might be able to be successful like they were against Alabama. That was a big problem against Alabama, that Alabama would rush the quarterback and Emory Jones would take off running. So we'll see. I mean, on paper, it doesn't look like it should be a close game. It looks like Georgia's an overwhelming favorite, but they don't play them on paper. They play them on turf. And that particular turf, especially on Halloween weekend, has been the site of some very strange things. I think the one that I will never, ever forget is 2014. Oh, yeah. Florida was terrible. I don't even think they finished with a winning record. They rushed for 400 and something yards, running one play. All they did was run sweep after sweep after sweep, and Georgia could not stop it. Got blown out, and Georgia was like, 6-1 at that time or something, 7-1. So we'll see. I mean, I have a feeling with a week off to prepare, Kirby Smart has gotten the guys ready for anything, and certainly Jordan Davis and those boys, they're tough to move, Carl. So I don't think Florida can run the ball, and as long as we don't get blitz happy, I'd suspect Georgia wins the football game. I don't know if they cover the 14. That's a lot. I mean, Florida, again, they've got 4 stars and 3 stars and 5 stars. They've got players.
Right.
I don't know what's going on with them down there. So anyway, I would expect Georgia to win, which is an unusual feeling in and of itself. I don't always expect that. But, I think it doesn't look like it's going to be the matchup that it typically is.
All I got to say is the game's going to be won in the trenches. Like you said, Georgia's defense has got to stop the mobile quarterback, the Gator quarterback. But don't forget, prior to Florida losing to LSU, no team rushed more than 148 yards against Florida. So
I don't know what. Again, Florida's is always ever since Urban Meyer left. Florida's been a little bit of a mystery. They've had some good years. Muschamp had a couple good years. I don't know how they can have that many good players and not be good. Because they bring in good players. Dan Mullen, while not everybody's cup of tea from a personality standpoint, is empirically a good coach over his career. He's won at Mississippi State, but they're not good. I mean, that loss that they had to LSU was not good. I mean, that was a guy. Orgeron was already fired. That was a really strange way to play that game. But you never know with Mullen. He'll pull out some wacky stuff, and maybe he has seen a weakness in our defense, Georgia's defense, that nobody else has seen. He's a really good offensive coach. I would tell you this from watching Florida, which I do because they're our main competitor in the SEC East. Emory Jones is pretty bad. He's objectively pretty terrible college football quarterback. The other boy, Anthony Richardson, he's a little more scary to me if he's healthy. He's big. He's got a lot of speed. He's got a big arm, and he's kind of a for lack of a better comparison, like a Cam Newton type. He can beat you in a lot of ways. Right. So if we see Richardson tomorrow, he's more worrisome. If Emory Jones plays, we might not be watching in the third quarter. I think it'd be pretty ugly. But the other kid, Richardson, I think is got a chance to be a pretty good quarterback. So have to see how it goes, man.
All right. If you're just tuning in, you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report live from Coach's Corner. This is recorded. Mr. Weeks got to run on a weekend with the kids and the wife. So let's get into picking the winners. Up first, Kentucky at Mississippi, getting a point. Mississippi State
Yep, Kentucky's going to Stark Vegas to play Mississippi State. There'll be the cowbells and all that good stuff. Kentucky had a week off after losing to Georgia, which, by the way, I think they played Georgia better than anybody. And I've said it every week, and I'll say it again. Marc Stoops, I think, is one of the best college football coaches in the country. I don't think he's going to let Kentucky dwell on that loss. And I just like what Kentucky does. They run the ball. They play defense. They play really good special teams. They don't hurt themselves, which is kind of the opposite of Mississippi State. Mississippi State probably has more talent than Kentucky, even right now.
Right.
But they shoot themselves in the foot constantly. They just like a lot of Mike Leach teams. They commit a lot of penalties. They commit a lot of turnovers. They punt the ball poorly. They do just a bunch of weird stuff to be not as good as they should be. So I like Kentucky even on the road with the cowbells and the opposing fans and all that. I like Kentucky to go in there and beat Mississippi State. I think Mississippi State at one point was actually a favorite, and now Kentucky's a small favorite. But I think Kentucky will win the game. I just think they're good. I mean, I watch them play. They're good. Look, they're a good team. They got good players and good defense, good quarterback. I think they're a good football team.
Hey, Kentucky just got to give Mike Leach a bag of candy corn. We know they're going to win.
That's right. That's right.
Right.
Distract him.
Up, game number 2. SMU versus Houston, okay? And you got Houston over SMU. Houston minus 1 point.
So Houston's even right now. It's a pick 'em.
Oh, it's
we're going to take Houston. SMU's undefeated and has had a fantastic season. They have the SMU quarterback is actually the leading touchdown thrower in the country. He's got like 27, 26 touchdowns. But Houston quietly has been really good. Dana Holgorsen came down there from West Virginia a few years ago. He's got a quarterback named Clayton Tune who does the things that Dana likes to do. He throws a lot of little bubble screens, and it's almost like a passing game that functions like a running game. They keep the ball for a long time. They possess the ball for a while. I think at home is important for Houston. They tend to do a little better at home, and I think the Cougars overall probably have a better roster through transfer portal and things like that than SMU does. So I'll take Dana Holgorsen to get a big win. And not for nothing, Houston's going to play Cincinnati at some point this season, and I think Cincinnati better be ready because that's a game that could really be huge for Dana Holgorsen and Houston. I think Houston's really good. I watched them a couple times. They play a lot of games on like Tuesdays and Thursdays and stuff. Right. And I've watched them a couple of times, and they're a little better than people think. They haven't played anybody. They lost a weird one to like Texas Tech or somebody early in the season when they weren't fully healthy. I think they had COVID issues, and I like Houston at home to end the Mustangs' undefeated season.
Yeah, Tanner Mordecai, transfer from Oklahoma.
That's right.
Tied for touchdown passes in the nation with 29. He's averaging like 330 yards a game. So, but like you said, Houston is good at home, and Houston.
They are.
I mean, the Cougars play some good football, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, just in that area, Houston area, if they just keep the kids from that area, they're gonna have plenty of talent, and they're just under the radar. Nobody, I just don't think they play enough games against notable opponents. Nobody has watched them. Nobody has paid attention to them, and they're not doing anything flashy. They're just winning by 13 points every time. So
all right, game number 3. You're going with the Irish, okay? We got North Carolina coming into South Bend to take on Notre Dame. 7:30 p.m. kickoff on NBC. It's going to do battle with the Braves baseball, but you know what? I'll be peeking at both because I like the Braves. I like Notre Dame, so we'll see what happens. I don't think North Carolina is as good as everybody thought they would be. I really don't.
No. So again, I can't seem to lay off Notre Dame. Notre Dame, like every week, I got Notre Dame like every week, one way or another, right? I think I learned something Notre Dame though. I think they're a little better than people think they are. I really do. And North Carolina is the single most overrated team that I can remember in a long time. They had a hard time with like Miami a couple weeks ago at home. I mean, they just don't stop anybody. And Sam Howell's a really good quarterback. But you go on the road to Notre Dame, and Notre Dame again, they're not exactly fun to watch. Like, it's not exciting and it's not sexy, but they do a lot of things really well. Jack Cohn seems to be the guy they've settled on as quarterback, but they get their running back back this week, and they've got a really good secondary, right? So North Carolina has to throw the ball. They almost literally cannot run the ball. Notre Dame really does a nice job against the pass, and I think they'll be able to manage to take care of Sam Howell, who's a really good player. But I just think North Carolina is still sort of getting some respect that I'm not sure they really deserve. And I think Notre Dame, it's kind of weird. When Notre Dame lost that game a few weeks ago, everyone thought, okay, well, we're done with Notre Dame. Not really. I mean, they could still finish 11-1. They're going to be favored in, I think, every game they play. And they're good. They, like I said, they're like, you don't like get the popcorn out to watch Notre Dame. No. You kind of go, okay, well, I gotta finish watching this game. Here we go. And they punt a lot, and they play field position and stuff. But it's good fundamental football. And Brian Kelly knows what he's doing. He knows what he's got. He's not going to do things that his roster can't do, and that's why they keep winning. The win they had last week was really impressive. I mean, USC is fired the coach and stuff, but it's still USC. They've got players.
Right.
That was dominant. They had USC had no chance. So I like Notre Dame at home. We're going to give up 3.5 points. Would rather that be 3, frankly, but we'll give up the 3.5.
All right. Well, we're going to stay right with the North Carolina theme. We're going to go to North Carolina State, Louisville. The Cardinals coming in to take on North Carolina State, and North Carolina State is 6.5 point favorites, right?
Yep.
And you'll go with the Cardinal though.
I'm going to take the Cardinals plus the 6.5. I don't know if they actually win, but Scott Satterfield at Louisville has quietly put together a pretty good season. They've had, they haven't had a signature win necessarily quite yet. They're kind of still, but they're like a bowl team. And NC State, I think, got a lot of credibility for beating Clemson. Well, Clemson's not any good, right? Like, Clemson got blown out by Pitt, and Pittsburgh's good. Clemson can't score. They benched DJ Ugalele or whatever. I don't know how good NC State is, but Louisville's played a lot of close games. They've got a great quarterback. Malik Cunningham, really athletic guy. He runs, he throws, he does a little bit of everything. And their defense isn't good necessarily, but I think it's good enough to keep them in this game. So I don't know if they will win the football game, but I like them to play a close game at NC State. I think it's a big game for Louisville. I think it's a big game for Scott Satterfield to prove, hey, like, we're trending in the right way. You hired the right guy. I'm not on the hot seat. Louisville is going to be good again. And like I said, they've got great athletes. Malik Cunningham is a great quarterback. Got a bunch of good skill position guys. I like Louisville Cardinals plus 6.5 at the Wolfpack.
All right, and the last one, we're just going to go to Utah. We're going to go where Virginia is flying out to take on the Cougars of BYU. BYU is ranked number 25 in the country.
So here's why I like this. This is Bronco Mendenhall is now the coach at Virginia. He's going back to BYU, where he was the coach for quite a while, had a lot of success at BYU. But here's the reality of this thing, right? Virginia just has better players. They have better personnel. They have one of the better quarterbacks in the country. Brennan Armstrong. I think he's leading the country in yards as well as yards per completion. They light up scoreboards every single week. Now, they don't stop anybody. Right? Like, everybody scores. But it's just hard to keep that pace, and BYU doesn't play like that. They try to grind things out. They've got a great running back, Tyler Algier, who just grinds out. Well, if they only don't get a couple first downs, Virginia likely turns that into 10 to 14 points. So I like Virginia to go on the road, and Mendenhall, as a coach, Mendenhall has had this circled for a while on the calendar. I'm going back to my place. I want to prove to them that, I'm where I'm supposed to be. So I think Virginia goes into BYU. I think they probably win the game. I mean, it's really hard to slow down Virginia's deep offense. They really throw it around.
I mean, they've got one of the most high-powered offenses.
Oh, yeah.
3,237 passing yards already.
Crazy.
They're fourth nationally in total offense, averaging 540 yards a game. Armstrong leads the nation with 3,220 passing yards.
Yeah,
And
I mean the guy,
65% of his passes.
and they don't really make a secret about it. They don't run the ball much. They just sling it, and they really sling it, and they never stop. Like if you're down by 10, you're not. If you're up by 10, rather, you're not safe because it just takes one mistake, and Virginia will score 14. And they throw a lot of bombs. If you watch, I watched Virginia play Miami. And I mean, I kind of thought, okay, we're going to dink and dunk, and we're going no. They're throwing it downfield the entire time.
Yes.
So if you can't pressure the quarterback or you can't cover, he's going to burn you. He sees people open, and he's really accurate for throwing as many passes as he does. He's really an accurate, has an accurate completion and doesn't throw that many interceptions for a guy throwing that high volume. So I just feel like better players, better personnel. A style of offense that doesn't really work in the favor of BYU. BYU wants to play that grinded out thing, and I just think Virginia's going to light it up.
All right, so here we go. The 5 picks by the Columnist. Kentucky getting 1 at Mississippi State. Houston in a pick'em over SMU. Notre Dame giving 3.5 to North Carolina. Louisville getting 6.5 at NC State. And the Cavaliers of Virginia getting 2.5 at BYU. Those are the picks. He goes into this weekend 16-24. Hopefully, he can run 5 right there.
That's what we need. Yes, we need it. We need a 5-0 week to get this thing back into respectability. 8 games under 500 is not getting it done. We need to look. If we get 5 this week, right, 21 and 24, maybe we can get around 500 by the end of the season. I don't know. I'm doing the best I can.
As you say every show, what are you going to say?
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs. Talk to you later,
Carl.
Steven.
Have a great weekend.
Steven, Elmo Weeks, the Columnist, picking the winners.
There you go. The man's at it again. Kentucky getting 1. I'm sorry, Kentucky giving 1. Houston over SMU in a pick'em. Okay, wrote him down here. Notre Dame giving up 3.5 versus North Carolina in South Bend. Louisville getting 6.5 at NC State. And, of course, Virginia, 2.5 at BYU. There's your scores. There's your pick'ems. He loves Georgia in the game. Who knows what's going to happen with the quarterback situation, but the man knows his stuff. Next up, the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from Memorial Day School, senior cornerback Corey Jackson. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report live here at the Coach's Corner, TEEPEE Pavilion. The Braves are up 2-1. What more do you want? Stop by, make a donation to save one of our own. They're looking for $30,000. They're about 80% there. Hey, just come in and make a donation. You want to come up here tonight for the big game? Yes, they'll be watching it on that screen behind me. Okay, just make a donation. You can come up. We'll be back in 3 minutes with Corey Jackson from Memorial Day School. And it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network.
All time, that's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At CALVARY Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At CALVARY, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. CALVARY Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. Come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102. in Savannah, open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a
Yo,
winner.
you still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone, capiche? If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New York.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And good morning, sports. You're listening or watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report on Facebook Live, on YouTube Live, on Twitter Live. Also, you can listen to it on your phone, on the smartphone, too. So I'm all over the place. I thank you, whether it's for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever it may be, that you tune in and watch my show Saturday mornings right here from Coach's Corner, the center of the sports universe, and it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. I'm up here on the TEEPEE Pavilion. That's right. That's what I call it. That's what I'm going to claim it as, the Coach's Corner Braves TEEPEE Pavilion. It's not just coming up here and hanging out and having fun watching the Braves. It's also to raise money for a foundation that has done good for Savannah for over 30 years and has helped needy families. Last year, one of our own here at Coach's Corner, Brittany Sparks, or Speaks. I'm pretty sure it's one of those, okay? But whatever. She had a stroke, 34 years old. Saved one of our own, matched whatever Coach's Corner raised. Coach's Corner, John Henderson and his tribe raised over $30,000. We're at about $22,000. It'll go until the Braves are over in the World Series. Come by and make a donation. All right? That's what I got to say. All right, so what's the coach got? Well, my favorite part of the show, the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. This is where the coaches, where the parents, where anybody in the community nominates an Athlete of the Week. Of course, I got a phone call. This young man was nominated. He was also selected as the Savannah Quarterback Club Defensive Player of the Week for Week 9. I mean, what a game this kid had, okay? Hold it. All right. He's a senior at Memorial Day School. He plays quarterback. His name is Corey Jackson. He was all over the field against Pinewood Christian in a losing cause. So you don't have to be a player on a winning team to get picked, okay? From his cornerback position, he registered 8 tackles, 3 for a loss, forced 2 fumbles, had a fumble recovery. If that wasn't enough, he had 2 interceptions, and he had 2 pass receptions on offense. What a great week. At the quarterback club, his coach, Tyler Hemley, also a Memorial Day School graduate alumni, he said, it was a great story. He didn't know if Corey was going to play after his sophomore year. Corey had to find himself, but he did. He said Corey is a true leader on the field, in the locker room, and in school at Memorial Day School. He's a great kid to be around. This week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from Memorial Day School, Corey Jackson. Corey, how's it going?
Going good. Thank you for having me.
Hey, let me get my volume up here, and there we go, and I can hear you. Hey, you deserve it. You got to thank the people who nominated you. Specifically, I got to first say congratulations to your coach for nominating you for the Savannah Quarterback Club. Great honor. And then, of course, for the people that nominated for this, I mean, you had a great game. You're having a great season. I know it's tough. You guys are the what I call the road warriors. You never play home. You had senior night last night. But once again, congratulations. You deserve it, son.
Yeah, I couldn't have done it without my coaches or teammates, without supporting me all the way. And I truly appreciate them helping me to get where I am right now.
All right, so let's talk. I told him what happened with football. Your sophomore year, you didn't know if you're going to play football at Memorial Day School, but you found yourself. You're back on the gridiron. But when did you start playing sports?
I started playing sports for as long as I can remember. I started playing baseball. That was my original sports. Then in middle school, I started watching the high schoolers play football, and I thought to myself that would be a fun sport to play. And then my freshman year, I think I was like, I don't know now because these kids looked a lot bigger than me. I didn't know if I want to do it. Sophomore year, I decided to play, and then I really didn't know if I belonged there at that moment because I think I was just so nervous being on the field, being around these kids that were bigger than me. Then later on, I just kept on putting more and more work into it, and then I just got to where I am now.
Well, I mean, on the football field, you're doing great. Do you play any other sports at Memorial Day School besides football?
Yes, I play baseball. It's one of my favorite sports. I like playing it a lot. So I play baseball, I play basketball, and I'm going to get a track shot this year, actually.
Nice. Four-star athlete. Give it a shot. I mean, you got to be pretty quick. I mean, so if I had to talk to Coach Hembley, I mean, 2 interceptions, 8 tackles, forcing fumbles, 2 receiving, 2 passes. I mean, if I had to ask Coach Hembley what your best football skill is, what would he tell me?
I'd have to say my ability to read the play because I really read it so well that I look at the quarterback and I just know what he's thinking because I already know what he's doing.
Nice.
I read his hips, I read his head, I read everything he's doing, and I think it's probably my will to make the play. Even if the play's on the opposite side of the field, I would always go towards it no matter what because even if there's like no chance at all, there's still that one little chance that you can still make the play, and I just give it everything I got.
Hey, you know, whoever's coaching you, I mean, they're coaching you up, buddy, because reading the hips, reading the quarterback where he's looking, these are things that a lot of high school defensive backs don't realize that makes you as good as you are. So, I mean, that's why those 2 interceptions probably came natural for you. So, I'm pretty impressed. Who's your defensive back coach?
His name is Coach Barnes, or Jonathan Barnes. He knows exactly what he's doing because he watches a lot of videos on what to do. I think he played it before, like high school, and he's doing a really good job at it. And I pretty much owe it all to him to teach me what I know.
Nice. All right. So you say you play football, you play basketball, you play baseball. You're going to try track. What routine do you use to make yourself a better athlete?
I spend a lot of time in the weight room, trying to get bigger and stronger, faster, so I can get better at those things. I watch a lot of film so I can understand what I do wrong. Like if I make a mistake, I learn from that mistake from watching the film. And if I do something right, I just watch that to see what I did right. And then I watch my opponents to see what they're doing. And that's how I can tell what's going on. I watch them. And then when I go on the field or the court or like track this year, I give it everything I got because how will I know if I'm getting better or if I just go 0.5%? Always got to go 100% to know if you're actually getting better or not.
Nice. Good philosophy there. And if you're just tuning in, it's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report live from the Coach's Corner TEEPEE Pavilion for the Braves World Series run. We're also saved one of our own foundation fundraiser going on. Come by, donate, and we go from there. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete Week with Corey Jackson Sr. from Memorial Day School football player. Had an unbelievable game against Pinewood Christian. I watched Pinewood Christian play St. Andrews. I mean, that's a heck of a football team. What was the experience like? I mean, 8 tackles, 2 forced fumbles, a fumble recovery, 2 interceptions, 2 pass catches. I mean, what was that experience like that night for you?
It was just so unreal because, like, knowing that everything was happening that was right, and I just kept doing it, just felt so good. Like, after that first big hit I had, I was like, I can't give this up now. I got to keep pushing forward. Then I got the interception. I was like, all right, let's see how long this keeps on going. Got another interception. I was like, all right. What else we got? Oh, fumble. I'll take that too. And I just kept on going and going.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, it had to be special. I know you guys, you guys, like I said, are road warriors. Not a lot of kids, not a lot of numbers. What's it like playing football at Memorial Day School for Corey Jackson?
Honestly, it's great because we're not that big of a school. We're just a small school, but that makes it better because then I know everyone there. I know all the teammates. I know all the coaches. I know everyone there. And it's so good because we're basically just one big family. And it's so great being that close to each other because then we support each other so closely. We care for each other so closely. We just can't do it without the other. Where in a big school, you just don't know what's going on. In a small school, you know everything. And that's what makes it so cool for me, that I just know everything that's going on, and I would not change a thing.
Nice. So Coach Hemley came in, watching a little video on Twitter. Usually I get to the quarterback club because I'm part of the media, but coaching and doing everything at Allen's High School now. He said that you were going to give it up, and he came in and he talked to you about it. What makes Coach Hemley so special there at Memorial Day School for the football program?
Is that he probably sticks up for us more than I can think because he looks out for us no matter what, and he wants the best for us. So say one person's not doing their best, he would like pull them to the side saying, hey man, you got to keep on working. You can't just give up now. You made it this far into the season, you got to keep it going. And he really looks out for all of us. Like I said, he basically got me back on the horse to play the sport because I didn't even know if I was going to keep on playing anymore. He just kept on pushing me on. And I don't even know if I'll be sitting here right now.
You wouldn't be playing football too. So and plus he went to Memorial, so he knows what you're going through, and he played on some good teams from what I understand. So, all right, so let's athletic accomplishments. We know you're having a great season. What other accomplishments have you had at Memorial Day School outside the athletics?
Just been doing my grades up, doing good in school, just doing my best, still learning. It's a little hard doing it with all sports, but I'm always looking for the challenge to push myself to learn more and to do more in sports and stuff. It's a little difficult time to time, but I think I got it nailed down. That's what I like about it.
Now, you're at Memorial Day School, and you've played with a bunch of some outstanding football players or athletes over there. Past or current teammate that has stood out and has influenced your career? Anybody special there from Memorial Day School for you?
Oh, man. How much time do I got left really quick? Really, every single person has supported me to get this far. Like, I cannot think of one person that did not help me to get this far, but I'll give you a few. Tyler Jackson is one. He always manages to push me and teach me something new every single time. Cam Paul was probably one of the best leaders I've ever been on a team with, and he's always been coming up to me saying, hey, you're doing good, man, you're doing great. Or comes up to me and says, hey, man, you got to do this next time. And I would learn it, and without him, I definitely would not have the ability to read the play as well as I do. Develkio Howe, man, he's the one who really got me into football mainly because he always kept coming up to me and says, hey, man, you want to play football with us really quick? Like, oh, no. And then he goes, come on, man, you got to play. And when I played, it was so unreal, and I owe it all to Dell. Josh Barnes, who's a great friend, great teammate, always looking out for me, making sure I'm doing great. And, like, he's always had my back since day one, and I owe it all to him. And Keon Scrubs is the guy who always pushes me to my limits because we would always go one-on-one with each other nearly every day. To be fair, he beats me sometimes. I beat him a little bit more. Don't tell him he says that, obviously. But, like, those guys are just a few, but I owe it to every single one on the team that I've ever been on the team with because it's just so special to be on the team with them because they always look out for us.
Nice. And you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. We're at the Coach's Corner TEEPEE Pavilion. We're talking to the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic after the week from Memorial Day School, senior Corey Jackson, defensive back. You talked about people helping you. Well, those were your friends. Those are your teammates. How's your family helped you get where you are right now?
they always just support me and have my back, because they always, even if I have the worst game I've ever had, they will always come up to me after the game and give me a hug and say, don't worry about it, you got next time, or it's all right, it's not your fault, but you need to do this and this. And they will always be with me. No matter what happens, they will always be by my side, and I always know I can rely on them.
And they'll be with you for the rest of your life. All right. So you're at Memorial Day School. We know it's pre-K to 12th grade. So a younger student, younger kid comes up to you, younger athlete, says to you, Corey, how do I get to play football? What would your advice be to them?
Just go for it. Like, don't second guess anything. Just do it and see what happens. The worst thing you're going to say is that, I don't really like this, I'm not going to play next year. That's the worst that's going to happen. But if you do play, live every moment to the fullest, because you never know what happens next. It could be the very last play that you play, or it can be the very best play you play next. You just don't know until you do it.
Yep.
So you just got to keep going.
Especially remember 2 years ago, those seniors that lost everything in that spring of 2019. All right, any interest in playing college? You just want to be a student?
Oh, it would be awesome to play in college. I would love every second to play in college. Do I know if I will play in college? I don't know yet. But if I ever have the opportunity to play, I would 100% play college football, because of the atmosphere, the reaction I will probably get. It would be so great if I played college. But I'll just go and see.
Athletics is over. College is over. What's your dream job? What do you want to do when you have to go out into the real world and support Corey Jackson?
I'm not 100% sure yet. I haven't really thought that much about it yet. I don't even know which college I'm going to yet. I'm still taking this time to think of what I want to do, and I'm just trying to live in the moment now and then focus on that later. But that later is going to come really soon. I won't know what to do. So,
that's a normal answer for any student that graduates high school. They really don't know what they want to do yet, so you'll find it. But keep on working hard, Corey. You deserve it. Got to thank, of course, your coach, Coach Tyler Hemley, for nominating you. Of course, the man himself, Marc Sussman. He's always behind you guys. I got to thank him for always keeping in touch and keeping you on top of Matador Sports. But you deserve it. Great job. And that's why you're this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. Keep it up, and you got one more game left next week.
Yes, sir.
Who do you got to play?
We played Robert Toombs.
Is it home? Well, it's not home. You guys are probably going out there, right?
Yeah, we're going out there, yeah.
All right, Corey, keep up the great work. Appreciate it.
Thank you. You have a good day.
Congratulations on the quarterback club.
Thank you.
Corey Jackson, well-spoken young man. Like I said, his coach nominated him for the quarterback club. And, of course, my buddy Marc Sussman always keep me on top of what's going over there at Matador Athletics. He loves that school just as much as anybody else. So him and Tyler together make a good tag team. Next up, we got to talk about the Rock and Roll Marathon. I got to get out of here soon because the wife's coming to pick me up, because guess where I'm going today? Last week I went to Albany, Georgia. This week I'm going to Fort Valley, Georgia. Fort Valley State. I don't know if that's Fort Valley, Georgia. But anyway, so got to wrap this up. One more segment to go. We'll be talking Rock and Roll Marathon with the guru himself, the GM of How to Run Specialty Store at the Walls at 204 and 95. Marc Cameron, another Paisan from Jersey, okay? So we'll be back in 3 minutes. Got to thank our sponsor, and it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network.
All time, that's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, it comes in uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a
Yo,
winner.
you still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New York.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive, and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, live from the Coach's Corner TEEPEE Pavilion, right here at Coach's Corner on Victory Drive in Thunderbolt, Georgia, because it's all food, all fun, all music now, and all sports since 1991. And I'm up here because it's a special place. This has been going on since 1999, from what I understand. The last time the Braves were in the World Series, all right. And John Henderson has handed a little twist. The Chief John Henderson. And Chief John Strongbow, and of course his Braves, all right, that come up here and help them do this. But they raise money for a great foundation. It's called Save One of Our Own Foundation. What happens is they help the needy here in Savannah, traumatic experience, family expenses, and they help you out. And Coach's Corner raises money and donates to them. Last year, one of the Coach's Corner's employees, young girl, 34 years old, stroke. They raised $30,000. Save One of Our Own matched it, and what can I tell you? So it's just a great cause. Come here and donate some money to this great charity. All right, next up, Rock and Roll Marathon. It's here. It's back. It'll be the 10th annual. It'll happen next weekend here in Savannah, Georgia. It's going to be a crazy madhouse. Every mile you got people playing instruments and singing and dancing and all this other stuff, and then over 15,000 runners. Another 7,000 people coming in. We're going to have over 22,000 people here for this Rock and Roll Marathon, one of the biggest in the United States. You got to check it out. I had to go to the man that knows all about it. I call him the guru of running. He's the GM over at How to Run Specialty Running Store at the mall at 204 and 95. Marc Cameron, another Paisan. He's from Jersey, though, but I'll give him a little credit. But once again, he's out pacing the course right now with his friend, the owner of How to Run Specialty Store, well, the co-owner, Pam Howe and Philip Howe do a great job out there. So he couldn't come on, but I had to do this. We're a week away. I don't want to do the day of because he couldn't do it. But here he is, Marc Cameron, on the Coach's Corner hot seat, telling us about the Rock and Roll Marathon 2021 here in Savannah.
I've been doing pre-recorded stuff for the last 3 weeks because my guests are just busy people. I mean, we got Steve and Elmo Weeks picking winners every Saturday morning now. We got some Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic athletes going to all-star games. Well, this next guy, I mean, all he does is run and run and run and run. Every time you see him, he's running. But anyway, he's got a lot of knowledge about what's going on in the racing community. He is probably the guru of racing in this community because he knows about all the racing that's going on, and they're bringing it back. The 10th annual Rock and Roll Marathon here in Savannah, Georgia, half marathon. He'll let us know what's going on. He's joining us on the Coach's Corner hot seat, no other than the manager of How to Run Specialty Store out there at the mall at 204 Marc Cameron. What's up, Marc? How's it going?
How you doing, Coach? Good to see you. Look at this. We're actually seeing each other. Yeah, I love this.
I mean, you're worse than me because I can never find you because you're always out there running the streets somewhere.
You see me out there on the island. You see me. Yes, I have been running quite a bit. Yes, sir. And I did hear your intro. Yeah, the running community is very excited about Mayor Van Johnson allowing rock and roll to go on. It's going to be a good event, like it is every single year, and it'll shut the city down for a day. And some people will hate it for a few minutes, but they'll get used to seeing us running through the streets. And you're right. Yep. So you got the half marathon and marathon on Saturday, then the 5K on Sunday. So yeah, the only thing I can't help you out is I don't know how many people overall have registered. I know with all the COVID craziness and virtual and stuff like that, but I've heard it's pretty big. That's what I'll see a lot of the people at the expo. So that'll be cool on Thursday and Friday.
Well, from what I hear, from what I've read so far, from what I researched, there's at least 14,000 runners already, and they estimate about another 6,000 to 7,000 visitors come along with them. So this place is going to be a madhouse next weekend.
Well, that's a good number. That's a good number because, pre-COVID those 2 years, it was a little less than that. So that's good that it's actually gone back up again. That's good news. And that's why I didn't want to say a number. Somebody had told me somewhere between 12 and 16. So, if you got it on good authority that it's 14, that's good. I'm happy about that. That should be fun. And myself and little Pam, as you know, Pam Howe, the owner of our store, along with Philip, her and I are going to be pacing the 2-hour half. So we'll be out there with our pacing sticks. So anybody that wants to PR and break 2 hours and a half, it might be for the first time, or maybe that's what they're training for another race. That's what her and I are going to be out there doing. We're part of the pace team that a gentleman, Scott Owenby, put together, and so we'll be out there pacing the 2-hour half. So come look for us. You can't miss me, and then she'll be about, this if you could see me in the screen, about this tall, standing right next to me, and we'll have some fun.
Now, what are you pacing? What is that all about? Why do you have to go pace the course first?
No, so it's not first. So during the actual race, we'll be doing it. So a lot of these bigger races, and Dan Pavilion has started doing it too with like Skidaway and Love Chocolate and those bigger races. Half marathons and marathons, you'll see runners out there with the pace sticks. So for the half marathon, it's 1:35 time. This overall time. So people who are trying to get in under 1:35, 1:45, 2 hours. 2:15. They try to do them every 15 minutes or so. And for a big race like rock and roll, all throughout the cities they go through, they pace the half and the full. So, it's a full-on pace team. So it helps a runner that's trained. So, again, getting back to that person that's trained the whole time to break 2 hours and a half. They know if they stay with me and Pam, we will bring them in under 2 hours. Our goal is 1:59:30. You know what I mean? So that person that maybe the last couple races they did, they're at a 2:01 or even a 2:05, and now they finally think they can break 2 hours. Our goal is to get that group of people in under 2 hours. And I'm not just saying it because I'm pacing it. A 2-hour half is a big goal for a lot of runners. So our group will probably be quite large, which will be a lot of fun.
So, it also, from what I understand, could qualify you for some of the bigger marathons throughout the United States, the Boston Marathon, the New York Marathon. How does that work?
So rock and roll is a USATF certified course. So again, if you go into these other races like New York City, Boston, depending on your age, you go in and see what you have to hit to get, so for me, 40 to 44, whatever that marathon time is, you go look at it. And if you can get under, you got to give yourself a few minute cushion with the big marathons because so many people are trying to qualify. So they look for people with a cushion. It's hard to get in if you do it by like a 30-second cushion or something like that. But yeah, so the Rock and Roll Marathon is a USATF certified course. And for something like New York City Marathon, where we're both from, New York City takes half times. It's the only one of the 6 majors that does. So there'll be people that'll try to get it with their half time. So again, that person that based on their age, a 2-hour half or a 1:45 half might work. They're going to try to stay with that pacer and get underneath. And then even if they know they have a cushion that they can get, they'll drop, Pam and I or Pacer, and if they're having a good race. So yes, you can qualify. So it's basically this rock and roll will count towards the next calendar year that you can submit your qualifying time for. Yep.
You've been running throughout COVID-19, and I've held 2 events with you for raising money for childhood cancer. I mean, tell everybody what running means to the Savannah community, because people don't realize, besides meaning a lot health-wise and fitness-wise, it also brings a lot of money in for the revenue that the city gets.
That's correct. That's correct. Most of the races here, the bigger races, as I like to call them, people will travel in because Savannah is such a great touristy city. So they hear that there's a race going on. It's just like, you see us, our run family on social media all the time. We're calling it taking a runcation somewhere, to go conquer that bridge in Charleston, the same way people are going to come try to conquer the bridge run in December. Come for your race because they say, hey, it's a 10K that I can get somewhere on a flat and fast course, and I can raise money for childhood cancer. So, yeah, not only does it bring in revenue with tourists, and of course, runners eat, and runners like their beer, and runners like to go out and have a good time after they hit their PRs and walk around with their medals. So, yeah, they spend money. And then on top of it, most of the races, almost every race in Savannah raises money for some kind of charity. And we know Dan the Man Pavilion. Every race that he does raises money for charity. So, they all go to good causes. How can you beat it? And most of them go to either a charity like yours conquering cancer, a horrible disease, or they go to a local charity or a local church that needs the money to then do more charitable things. So how can you beat it?
Yeah, and if you're looking to find out more Savannah races run by the endurance race team of Dan Pavin, you want to find out what race is going on, what weekend, just go right there and find it. And, now Wednesday nights, you guys got people running, other places got people running. It seems like it's just a great social event, too.
That's correct. Almost every night of the week here, you can find something to do running-wise. Our groups are huge, thank God. It's been great for the store. Every Wednesday night at 6 o'clock, we are here doing free group runs for the community. And we say group runs, but again, you're great helping us and following us and sharing stuff on social media. As we put in the post, it's not just for social media. We have people that walk, run. Believe it or not, now we have people that come and ruck. We have the military men and women that like to ruck the course. And we even have people, and we've added it to the post, that cycle, because Canebrake Road was originally built as a course that you could cycle or run on. So people have come and cycled on it. So, yeah, every Wednesday night we're here. And like I said, you can walk, run, ruck, cycle, and it's your distance. Yeah, it's a mouthful. It's your distance, your pace. It's not a bunch of people. No one takes off and leaves you. I tell people, so for people that are watching, the first time you come, you walk into our store right where I'm sitting here behind the cash wrap talking to Coach, and just say to me, Pam, Philip, or anybody that's around, hey, this is my first time. They'll bring them over to us, and we'll say, okay, how many miles are you going to go tonight? All right, I want to go 3 miles at a 10-minute pace. I want to walk 3 miles at a 15-minute pace. We will put you with someone that comes every week, and you'll go out with the group and have a good time.
Now, let's talk about next weekend. It's still too late if somebody wants to do the 5 mile on Sunday or wants to get involved in a half marathon on Saturday.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and I probably should have had this. This is my bad. You're going to yell at me when we get off the air. I believe registration closes. Is it today? I'm not sure about that. If it's not, it may go into next week one day. And I don't know with the whole COVID thing of whether or not they're going to accept letting people register at the expo. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know that. Sorry about that, Coach. I messed that one up on you.
November 6th, November 7th, but they don't give any dates on the website.
Yeah, I don't know. But I can, if you want, I'll find that out and text it to you. So if you want to maybe throw it on here to when you do your pre-recorded stuff. But I think registration may be closed. Okay. I believe. If not, it closes like November 1st or 2nd at midnight.
All right, I'm going to the handy dandy computer here, and it's kicking it up. And no, you can still register. They're still taking money.
Okay, good.
It's still open, but it doesn't give you the deadline when you can do it or not. So, but
yeah, I think it might be November 2nd. To be honest with you, I think so.
You still can register. So go to Rock and Roll Marathon, Savannah, Georgia. I mean, they're all over the United States. It's a big event. Now, do they still have a band every mile? Is that going to happen too?
Yeah, as far as I know, I think the full race experience is on. I mean, I've been following their social media stuff in other cities. They just did, which was actually one of their original, if not the original, one of their original cities. They just did Rock and Roll San Diego last weekend, and I mean, it looked like a regular rock and roll race, which should be fun. And you know, as far as I know, the expo is going to go off like in normal years with the booths and different things going on, and we'll have a pacer booth there that we all have to, you know, man. And so again, and I don't mean to keep bringing this up, but if you're someone that's been training and looking to beat a time, come over to pacer booth and introduce yourself and say, hey, I'm trying to break, again, you know, 2:30 in the half marathon or 4 hours in the full, and you know, you'll be able to meet your pacer, or at least be told, you know, who he is and or he or she is, and you know, where they'll be and what, you know, I believe they're sending us off in waves every certain amount of minutes. So yeah, it should be fun. We'll be, you know, downtown will be packed on Saturday morning. That'll be for sure.
Yeah, they start downtown right at Bull Street and Bay Street, and that's where they kick off the whole thing. And
that's correct.
It's a serious event, and I'm telling you, before we got into the COVID, the truckloads of clothes that used to be left on the side. I mean, you know, people are involved all together on it. So it's pretty exciting. So anything we got to wrap up or tell people before we get out of here?
Nope, just you know, come out and support the store. 95 and 204, 11 Gateway Boulevard South. How to Run, like I said, every Wednesday night at 6 o'clock and every Sunday morning at 7 a.m. We are here. Free group runs for the community. You know, you see our little quote, you know, we're locally owned and community grown. We can't do it without this amazing community, people like yourself who are supporting us, and we're going to keep making your race grow, as me and you keep talking about every single year.
Coaches for curing cancer. You got to get those kids out there you want them to play sports. You want them to battle it. And, you know, like we said, only 4% of all the money raised for cancer goes to childhood cancer. So got to thank the Cure, Mandy Garola, Tim Adams with the coach.
That's right.
And, of course, How to Run for letting us hold it out there. All right, buddy. Have fun. Go with that pacing stick, and I'll be talking to you around the neighborhood.
Hey, wait, before you kick me off, should we talk about why it's been so long I've been on? Because now you got my father-in-law with all that sports knowledge, so you don't need me anymore. You kick me to the curb. I see how it is.
Hey, he's a Hall of Fame baseball writer.
That's right. Listen, that's right. He's a Hall of Famer. I'm a nobody compared to him. Keep bringing him on. He knows way more than me.
I appreciate it.
All right, buddy. I'll see you soon. You're the best. All righty.
Marc Cameron from How to Run Specialty Store, located at the 204 and 95. I'll talk to you later.
You got it. Thanks, Coach.
I'm telling you, this is a blessing. This year we got a pedal right here on the floor. Last year, the years before, we have to reach for a button. I just got to... You got to love it. Once again, I got to thank Marc Cameron from How to Run Specialty Store at the mall at 204 and 95, the strip mall. They do a great job out there. He's out there pacing the course now for over 15,000 runners coming here to Savannah next week for the Savannah Rock and Roll Marathon, the 10th annual. Pretty exciting. All right, got to take a break. Got to come back. I got to squeeze in the highlights. I got to do this, and I got to be out of here by 10:30. I got to jump off the Coach's Corner TEEPEE Pavilion and get out of here. But anyway, be back in 3 minutes. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. It's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network.
All time, that's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone, capiche? If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New York.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time, it makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy, you just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Third week straight, live at the Coach's Corner TEEPEE Pavilion. Come on by, donate money to save one of our own foundation. They've been in Savannah for over 30 years. They help needy families that need assistance. Make a donation right here at Coach's Corner. The goal is to get $30,000 during the Braves run in the World Series. They're at least 80%, 30%, reaching. They're at 80% of reaching their goal. We got at least another 4 or 5 days. Please help out Coach's Corner. John Henderson, the Chief John Henderson, his crew, raising money to help save one of our own. All right. I know I didn't get in the door. We talked about high school sports. Once again, don't forget college sports today, 12 noon. Virginia at Georgia Tech. Savannah State's at Fort Valley State. This is college football. And, of course, the biggest cocktail party. Come right down here and watch it at Coach's Corner. Stay for that game, then stay for the Braves. Okay, Georgia takes on Florida at 3:30 in Jacksonville. Georgia State and Georgia Southern. Another hated rivalry, 6 p.m. in Statesboro. And, there's a lot going on. Like I said, the Atlanta Braves are up 2-1 in the World Series. First pitch tonight, 8:08. Falcons won last week. They beat Miami with a last-second field goal, 30-28. Young Kung Hu from Georgia Southern with the winning field goal. Hawks are off to a 3-2 start. Remember, 1 week away from the Rock and Roll Marathon. Savannah Bananas are on their world tour. We'll start March 11th and 12th in Savannah, then go to Daytona Beach, Montgomery, Alabama, West Palm Beach, Florida, Columbus, Georgia, back to Birmingham, Alabama. And don't forget, we have a hockey team. We have a professional hockey team playing in the Eastern Hockey League, and they announced their name, the Savannah Ghost Pirates. That's right. Great logo, lime green logo, Ghost Pirates, black shirts. It's going to be exciting. They'll start off in October 2022, but I think the first event will be in January. We'll have the Rumble at the rink with the End Market Hockey Classic. All right, quickly, big games last night that were on tap. I'm going to take the 4 biggest one. Okay, the first one was Jenkins at New Hampstead. This was a battle for second place in Region 3, Class 4A. Whoever wins has that home field advantage for the first round behind Benedictine. So here we go. All right, it's senior night. We're out at Pullet Stadium. New Hampstead looking to solidify the second place spot against the Warriors. The Warriors were 1-1. New Hampshire's 1-1. Here's the opening kickoff. New Hampshire coming out fast. The team regains possession and takes over on a botched kickoff. Okay, quarterback. Paulie Seeley finds Samari Dowdy. All right. Samari Dowdy was also Wetherington Chiropractic Player of the Week. They go up 7-0. New Hampshire will go up 22-0 in the first half. Okay. So staying, Jenkins trying to get something going. Juwan Albert on the return. Lose the ball. Who gets it now? The Phoenix. They go up 15-0 in a matter of seconds, okay? Very next play, Seeley to coast. Breaks left to the house for the touchdown. Beautiful catch. Okay, it's 22-0 Phoenix. Check out the fan club for the coast. His grandma, his little sister, Samaja cheering him on. Just a great cause. Just when you think it's all New Hampshire in this one, no way. The Warriors don't lay down. Okay, Jacob puts up a fight. They score 20 unanswered points. They take the lead in the fourth quarter, 34-28. Hold on to win. Jenkins is the number 1-2 seed. They'll stay home with Benedictine in the first round of playoffs in 2 weeks. New Hampshire and Islands will go on the road. All right, so that was a big game right there. Seeley again looking to go somewhere. Jenkins' defense too much. Let's go to Windsor Forest at Southeast Bullock. Windsor Forest is all banged up. I'm trying to find my highlights here. Windsor Forest is all banged up. Southeast Bullock in control. They beat Windsor Forest. They got a shot. Liberty County, but Liberty County would beat Beach 36-26. Southeast Bullock right here. Nice pass, nice touch, goes up big. They would win this one 34-6. And, you feel bad for Windsor Forest because Windsor Forest was in the driver's seat before they had they've lost 3 quarterbacks. Running back got hurt last week. They're trying to stretch it out. Southeast Bullock just too much. I mean, things didn't change much in the third quarter. They added to their lead. Right here, Windsor Forest trying to get something going. Nowhere. Southeast Bullock defense, the Blue Jackets were all, no, it's the Yellow Jackets. Savannah High's the Blue Jackets. So, they were all over it, okay? So Windsor Forest did finally get something on their last drive of the game. Mike Caballero goes deep downfield inside the Yellow Jackets territory. They get it in. It's 34-6. That's the way the game would end. Richmond Hill at South Effingham. Richmond Hill, once again. Yes. The state title. I mean, Statesboro comes out and does flips. Unbelievable. Statesboro comes out and does flips. Can you hear me now? It's on a delay. Test 1, 2, 3 test. Can you hear me now? Check 1, 2, 3 check. All right. Well, here it is. This game went back and forth. It's in Effingham County at Effingham County High School. The Palace and the Pines. This kid, Cam Michael, all over the place for Statesboro. They would trade scores back and forth. Here's the quarterback, Ford, rolling to his right, hits a nice little dump pass right over the middle to his receiver, breaks a tackle, goes all the way. This would be 31-31 with 2 seconds to go in the game. Effingham County will get the ball back on a botched kickoff return by Statesboro. Cam Michael. I mean, what can I tell you about this kid? Let's get there. It's still going strong. All right. Here it is. Here's the little pooch kick. Statesboro receiver touches it. It rolls. Effingham picks it up. Okay. There you go. 2 seconds left in the game. The kick on Mesa on, and it's good with no time on the board. Effingham wins 34-31. They have a chance to take on the unbeaten Brunswick Pirates next week for first place. So it's going to be pretty interesting. You got a 9-0 team taking on Effingham County. It's going to be interesting to see if Effingham County can stay with the Brunswick Pirates. They've been a machine all year. So that's the highlights. Thank you to Frank Silkowski, Amy Zimmer for WJCL and the Frenzy for letting me do this. All right. Well, the coach has got to get out of here. On my way to watch Savannah State football. Once again, whatever you're doing today, tomorrow, always sit in the park like the Braves are doing against the Houston Astros. Until I see you next week, may it be the greatest week ever. And as we say here, God bless. Come donate some money to save one of our own. And go Braves.